Hey, put that there!
So this is Scooby. It's a 79 series dual cab, obviously. Always want to know a little bit about what's in it and what I've done to it. We'll start in the engine bay. Power Torque custom tune. Red wheel GTurbo. The GTurbo power pipe. Intercooler fans. Armax brake booster. That's only new this week. The brake booster. Really awesome bit of kit. I love the pedal feel for it. It's just, yeah, and if you're going to make things go faster, it's better to make things go slower too, I guess. ARB bar, colour coded the car, sidebars with it. Worn winch, factor 55 on the front of that. No dual battery setup. You probably noticed that's one of the things that's missing from the front end here. It actually has 3 batteries in it. It has an accessories battery which is inside the cab, and the second battery is back underneath the canopy inside the tray. Roadvision Dominator 9-inch lights on the front. No real changes to the steering setup or anything. That's all pretty much stock so far. All the radius arms are stock. All of that stuff is as she comes. The biggest things I guess everybody talks about when they see the truck is the portals. That's Mark's 4-wheel drive. They do the portal kit, and it's a kit. It's more than just portals. It changes the height of the car. Obviously, there's 4 inches in the actual physical portal. Then there's another 2 inches in the 35-inch tires, so you get a 6-inch lift underneath the diffs, which is what I wanted. That's why I went for the portals, was that to give me the diff clearance, and that's why you don't need to change the geometry on your steering, because it lifts the whole car up. I'm running Mickey Thompson Degans. I've run the all terrains, I've run the mud terrains. I've just changed over when I went to the ROH Patriots 18x9, if I've got that right, I think. And so running the 35 Mickey Thompson Degans for that. Safari snorkel. So one thing with the portal kit, I did do a 2-inch lift on top of the portal kit just to give me a little bit more clearance around the body. In doing that, I used Ironman Springs. I was really happy with how they were running on the car to start with, and put the ARB BP 51s on there as a shock. A lot of guys talk about settings on those. I don't have a setting. I played around a lot with settings in the beginning, came up with a setting towards after 4 or 5 months that I was really happy with, that handled pretty much everything, which meant I didn't have to get out, climb under the car all the time to change the settings. Found something that's probably suits me. It's soft, but I like it. Rhino rack on the top, the new 50-inch Lightbar from Roadvision. Looking forward to having to play with that. Secure Customs Canopy tray. That was a really special bit of gear. I really enjoyed working with Willie and Nikki on the design of the tray, and adding some challenges to them when I said, look, I love your tray. It's their Gen 17 tray, and at that stage they weren't building canopies for them. I really wanted a canopy, so I said, look, Willie, let's see what you could do, but I really want a canopy for it. So away he went, and he's a master on the CAD drawing, and soon enough he had something drawn up that looked just the part, and then quick enough it was built. So really happy with that. We've added the ARB Elements fridge with the MSA drop down slide. That's no mean feat. MSA drop down does a really good job, because with the portals and the way the canopy and the tray works, it's actually got to come out a fair way to clear everything before it comes down, and the drop down slide does that. Underneath is pretty much stock. All of the axles, gearbox, diff are all as they come. Haven't done any work on that. With what Marks do with the portals, I haven't really had to play a lot around with stuff underneath or changing diffs. The 79 comes with electronic locking hubs. I haven't switched that over to air. I've been using the electronic now for 50,000 Ks. A fair bit of off-road work. Seems to work just fine, so I haven't bothered changing it. Okay, so we're here at the back end. Not a lot to see in terms of modifications. Just Bush Ranger recovery point, standard Toyota bar. It's the Redback exhaust. the rear of the canopy and tray. I get asked a lot about the length of the tray and the weight. It is a long tray, I guess, compared to what you'll see on most 79s. But this is a farm ute as much as it is a four-wheel drive ute, so it's got to work when the canopy's not on the back. So when the canopy's off the back and we've got the spare wheel carrier, I've still got room to put a full pallet on the back, which is important to me around the farm. It does make for a heavy arse end on it. I have fitted some airbags to alleviate that. Don't have to run a lot of pressure in them to fix things up, only about 10-15 psi, so not a lot of pressure in there sorts that out. You can see I've switched from 2 to a single wheel. Again, that's that weight factor. I'm just trying to take a little bit of weight out of the back end. I'm not sure that it's making a lot of difference yet, and may end up going back to 2 wheels. No doubt you guys will see when that happens. Tool drawer. One of the things I really wanted to do with Willie and Nikki was add a lot of storage space. So that's a half length drawer, stores all my recovery gear. If you get a truck with portals and you've got a missus or your mum wants to get in, you need a step, got to have a step. Other things we did with the tray, it's got a, besides the toolbox, you'll find there's in front of the toolbox is an air tank. In front of the air tank is the battery box, and that's where the 100 amp hour lithium lives. And then in front of that's a 60 litre water tank. It's pretty much stock underneath. There isn't a lot of changes that you need to do. The portals make a massive visual difference, but realistically it's it's a 79 series. There's not a lot you need to do to them. I have stayed with leaf springs. I haven't gone to coils. Again, it's a work truck. It has to carry a fair amount around the farm when it's working, so I sort of figured I'd stay with that, and it works for me. So